Hello everyone, RPG Kingdom Kid here, back with some more World Ends With You Final Remix. In the previous video, we read the reports of Joshua's week and learned about a fallen angel that kind of pointed out some things to Minamoto and kind of like was a result of like a lot of like how he became like a unforeseen factor in the wager between the composer and the conductor. So, yeah. Now we got one more week of reports to read. And I changed music again, but unfortunately, it's funny, they're actually playing the music right now that I had. Like, I didn't even realize that the Kingdom version, the Kingdom mix, which is the versions that played in Dream Drop Distance, were in this game. Like, I can't believe I didn't notice that, so it's very interesting. So yeah. 2 videos ago, we read all of Shiki's. Then last video, we read all Joshua's. And now it's all beat. These reports are probably going to be super important. But, I mean, all these reports are important. Don't get me wrong. These reports are very clear about, like, what they need to, like, say and such. So, let's see what Mr. Honeycomb has to say about this one. I began patrolling Shibuya in pursuit of the conductor's strategy. While in Uegawa, I spotted Minamoto's taboo noise refinery sigil. Several types of these sigils exist in various categories, which we of the higher plane have classified. Not all of them, however, will work in the UG. This vibe frequency is simply too low for them to translate properly. But yeah, this was the day where he was, because because it was day 5, so then 4 days ago was this day, so that's, oh shit, did not mean to do that. Whoopsie. Alright, come on. Yes, let me skip through all this. There we go. Whoopsie, my bad. Just want to, you know, read this. That's all I needed. So, too low frequency. The sigil Minamoto drew was one of those undecodable types. Was that a mistake of the fallen angel's plan? Part? Or was it a transcription error by Minamoto? Hold on a second. Okay. Either way, with that design, he stands little chance of reviving himself. However, Minamoto is driven and his imagination strong. Perhaps strong enough to make a taboo sigil work, even in the underground. If so, the specific result would be impossible to predict. Anything that might interfere with the composer and conductor's wager is to be avoided at any cost. I will personally neutralize Minamoto's sigil. Angels may not interfere in the Reaper's game. This contest will decide Shibuya's future. The airplane cannot at least stand by. Meanwhile, the conductor has dealt a preemptive blow. The starting player count of the final game is 1. I cannot be certain whether the conductor knows that Neku Sakuraba is the proxy. But this severe restriction in the number of entrants ensures player erasure. In this flagrant abuse of his privilege, he has eliminated the threat of the proxy. With the composer in a parallel world, the proxy's position is perilous. Still, as producer, I am bound by the rules. I can offer him no help. All I can do is guide him to the Shibuya River. Call it luck or fate, even by himself, the proxy has managed to form a pact. His partner to beat, now a Reaper, who is himself fixated on reaching the river. As such, guiding the proxy will require a little work on my part. Yay! Still, I haven't uncovered the conductor's strategy for this final week. Cannot afford to relax quite yet. So yeah, so he's talking about like, okay, I have to do something about the sigil, so that's why like he was doing a little something with the sigil there. And how he kind of like explains like, okay, this is kind of bullshit how Neku's the only one, but hey, look, Beat's there, so it's like, alright, my work has gotten a little bit simpler on my end here, so that's good. So yeah, this is very interesting indeed. The conductor has issued Beat's betrayal as an excuse to issue an emergency call. With it, the composer's rule of the UG are essentially suspended. After weeks of concluding the composer's absence, the conductor finally has absolute authority. At the same time, he's made Red Skull pins mandatory for all Reapers. And now, most of Shibuya has a Red Skull pin. The stage has been set for the conductor's counterattack. Furthermore, he's condored off each area of the UG with walls. Could leave the UG, envelop my vibe, and pass through them quite easily. But to what end? I'm bound to UG, and thus my hands are tied. I cannot reach the composer, nor do I know in which parallel world he's hiding. For now, all I can do is use my second sight to watch the game's progress. So yeah, he has a separate sight that he can use to watch the game. So, Mr. Honeycomb, you cheating bastard! You keep everything to yourself. You don't let us do anything, Mr. Honeycomb. It's still nice though. Yeah, it's still pretty cool that Mr. Honeycomb might have like all this power and such, and like we're learning more. Like even this is like a strain on him. It's like I can't do anything with this in this week at all. I have to wait until I can, get word from the composer. So rather than head to the Shibuya River, the proxy has begun wandering the streets, apparently in pursuit of the game master. Kanishi, the round's game master, seems mainly interested in saving her own skin. She appears a loyal follower of the conductor, but the appearance of a promising candidate for composer will quickly change her tune. At this point, she has been working hard to recover the conductor's trust after her slip the first day. Yeah, you done goofed there, Kanishi. But she also, but Ms. Honeycomb is right. It's like, if someone who would appear as a more promising composer than the conductor, well, she might just turn loyalty. She has issued a single 6-day mission, one that exploits Beat's greatest weakness, rhyme. Her plan is to panic the pair into committing some fatal errors while keeping watch from her front row seat within Beat's shadow. This serves both to restore her standing in the conductor and to avenge the blow to her pride. So yeah, even he knew that she was in his shadow. Beat's greatest desire is to bring her back to life. Even if revived though, Rhyme still lost the game. Her entry fee is non-refundable. I do not know what the girl's entry fee was, but a life without it, the thing she held most dear, would be filled with grief and hardship. The thing is, I don't know. I don't think we ever learned what her entry fee was, but we learned Beat's entry fee was her memories of him. So obviously when they came back to life, unless he'll explain this later on, they're like, they were able to get her entry fee back or something like that. I don't know. We'll see. But is the void in one's heart caused by loss ever filled? I think it can be. It may take time, but something else will come along to fill that empty space, so long as one enjoys the present. In other words, we need to mourn the loss of which we hold dear. If only more people will realize this. The composer did not impose the entry fee upon players to cause them anguish. Yeah, maybe it was like, the second day, or whatever, either second or third day, when we met up with them, she said like she didn't have a dream, but Beat did. Maybe that's what her entry fee was, like whatever her dream was. So, in experiencing life without the thing one most values, players are forced to re-examine just how crucial those things really are. The hope is that by the close of the game, players will be able to take a hard look at themselves and be able to take on the future with a new outlook of life. The entry fee exists to force players to see the truth about themselves. It is a test possessed by the composer to spur players' self-entitlement. See, we'll learn more about the entry fees. Like, the entry fees aren't supposed to be like a hindrance. They're not supposed to be like causing anguish to the players. They're used to be like, alright, use a means of like, oh, you no longer have this thing that was most precious to you. Well, time to reevaluate your life and see how your life actually holds up and such, compared to, how it was when you did have that, and feel like you were entitled to it. Like you don't have entitlement, to anything type thing. So it's very interesting. The conductor has begun his work with the Red Skull pins. By bringing Shibuya's collective consciousness in line with his own, he hopes to accomplish his goal of rebuilding Shibuya. The conductor's zeal is unparalleled among reapers. His strong presence was essential to the composer's ability to govern Shibuya, an area considered exponentially chaotic even among the higher planes denizens. That the composer would consent to base his plans for Shibuya's destruction on a game with the conductor shows his unwavering trust in his subordinate. The unification of minds is the natural state of the higher plane. Given time, it might happen throughout the underground. The current UG, however, is not ready. People have erected walls around their minds, dividing the collective conscience. They coexist independently, like the cells that make up a single human being. While the player pin holds imagination strong enough to pass through those walls, the pin user's own barriers are strengthened. Were that not the case, the incoming flood of other minds could erode at the user's own consciousness. Consequently, those who hold player pins cannot be scanned. Why does individuality exist? This is something the conductor has overlooked. Everything that exists has a purpose. Observed with his egotistic protection of Shibuya, the conductor has blinded himself to the facts. With his blind ego funneled into everyone in Shibuya, the city's destruction is not far off. So long as there is individuality, it is impossible to fully eliminate loneliness. There's no such thing as a shared reality. Even people who believe they share a connection are not truly connected. They must actually make contact, clash, and learn about others through their foreignness. Differences should not be denied. They should be accepted and enjoyed. People must realize that if Shibuya is able to be spared from destruction. So yeah, they have to learn of individuality. They have to learn of their differences and, come to terms with them. Like, people are going to be different. That's the whole thing about being human. It's like, you have your, you're different, and that's what's the best thing about you. Is like, it doesn't matter that you're similar. Like, it's not the similarities that we should be comparing. It's the individualities that we should be celebrating. Celebrate the individualities. Like, having one shared consciousness throughout a whole entire populace is not ideal at all. It is probably the worst idea to ever have for anything. So you all think, and then we all have one state of mind. It's like, okay, we're all gonna go eat at this time. We're all gonna go sleep at this time. We're all gonna we all think this music is best. We all think this actor's the best. We all think this is the best movie ever. Like, having that consciousness of similarity is never good. So that's, again, I love Mr. Honeycomb's depths in these reports about, okay, all this stuff. It's very good indeed. Very, very good. Alright. I detected an energy spike here. It would seem Minamoto has returned. Adjust his arrival unlikely after spotting his Abu refinery sigil on the first day. It appears Minamoto's imagination is much stronger than I had anticipated. The fallen angel must have completed the array for him. Troubling thought. Who can say what impact this will have on the composer and conductor's game? Minamoto has one goal now: to find the composer and erase him. Minamoto has been tracking the composer's movements. He must know that the composer's frequents the cafe. Chances are he'll pay a visit himself. As for the composer, I have yet to receive any word from him. Will the composer's abilities now be so limited that he cannot even reach me? I may need to contact myself in the parallel worlds to help search for him. Oh yeah, that's right. So he has himself in parallel worlds. Let me explain the concept of parallel worlds. Okay, perfect. This is what we needed. Oh yeah. That helped with the other day. In the other day. That was a parallel version of him. In life, reality is made up of a continuous strain of choices, and the consequences of those choices. Every time a choice is made, the option not selected branches off and exists in its own reality, a parallel world. Countless numbers of such parallel worlds exist within a single plane, be it the RG or the UG, and travel among them is possible through the use of imagination. Theoretically, anyone can jump into a parallel world, but penetrating the membranes between the worlds requires uptuning one's vibe. This limits the pools of being able to make the trip. Additionally, stress caused by breaking through the barrier can pull down the traveler's vibe. If the vibe dips, the frequency may be too low to pass through the barrier. In the worst cases, it may render the traveler unable to return to his or her own original world. Conversely, angels are beings meant to jump between worlds. Thus, such travel is a simple matter. Angels have a higher base vibe than the frequency of the underground, allowing them to leave the UG, then turn their vibe to that of the desired parallel world. So there we go. We learned more about parallel travel, which is freaking weird if you think about it. Like, you would not expect this kind of game to have like this kind of background basis. I don't know. So it's very interesting to so that kind of reason to be is like, okay, so the Neku, Shiki, Beat, Rhyme, and Joshua in Dream Drop Distance, are they a different parallel world version of themselves from the Shibuya time, or are they the same ones from this game? Who knows? Maybe I know Tetsuya Nomura said a little something about the game, about the final mix, and something about the Reaper girl that's gonna pop up in there, about like how, and then like I don't know, the way he worded it made it sound very weird, but like I don't know, I haven't seen that many people talk about anything about the new edition for this stuff, whether they're gonna be like, oh, it's so not worth it. It's like, I don't know, I still love this game. This game's still fun. Like I've had a blast with this game, regardless of like, I don't know. That's just me rambling though, so stop rambling. I got 2 more reports to read for you guys. I've located the composer. Oh my god. Oh, he was in so the Joshua that we were with in the Joshua we were with in Another World was actually, or in Another Day, was actually the Joshua of this place. Ah, you fucker. I've located the composer. He's in a world where Tin Pin Slammer of all fiends reigns supreme. I'm off to retrieve him. Mimamoto has definitely targeted this shop, and not with friendly intentions. It's essential that I leave here immediately. I'll leave the key pin to the Shibuya River for the proxy. Should know what to do from there. Shibuya's fate has been placed in the proxy's hand. It's no longer safe for me in the UG. My work here is done. All that remains is to retrieve the composer from the parallel world and bring him back to this one. So the Joshua we were facing in Secret Day X was the Joshua of our, I'm not facing, it was the Joshua of our plane. So you gotta wonder if so that Mr. Honeycomb that we met at Pork City was the Mr. Honeycomb of the game's parallel world as well, version as well. So it's very interesting. Very interesting indeed, don't you all agree? I think so. I think it's very interesting. All right, let's read this last report, and then we're done, guys. Then we're off to a new day. I'm very excited to learn about this new day. The composer defeated the conductor. The composer defeated the proxy. However, he has stayed his decision to destroy Shibuya. It seems the course of the game has brought about a change of heart in the composer. Yes, Shibuya persists, but it is no longer the same city as it was a month ago. In its stead, a completely new Shibuya has arisen. As the composer has changed, so Shibuya itself has metamorphosed. 1 month previous, Shibuya was plagued with problems, dire enough to motivate the composer to destroy it. Today, Shibuya shifted into what we angels believe to be the optimal parallel world. To complete this puzzle, all the pieces had to be set in their proper place. If even one was incorrect, the entire picture would be ruined. Rhyme's selfish displays of kindness, Higashawashi's boundless career ambitions, Konichi's heart of stone, the conductor's wild actions born from overflowing love. All these were necessary if Shibuya was to be born anew. There were no extra pieces, no irrelevant components. So he's saying like all these things that happened had to have happened. Accept society as a never-changing thing, and your mind will also become flexible. Individuals will link together and enact change through society. This is the only way to weather, no, to ride high upon the waves of the ever-changing world. It was no coincidence the composer opted for this simple method in the end. My gratitude goes out to you all. I greatly look forward to what this new Shibuya will become. Thank you. And that, guys, we are done with these reports. But not necessarily. There's still one report we need to complete. Expert. Ooh, that has me worried. I don't know why it's called expert mode. Neku comes to at the scramble crossing Shibuya once more and witnesses the dawn of the new day. Very excited. Like, is this? I'm curious. Is this what happens like right after Neku awakes, or after his fight with Joshua? I wonder. So, guys, that is gonna do it for this part of Let's Play The World Ends With You Final Remix. In the next video, maybe the last one, I honestly don't know. It all depends. But I don't know how long it's going to take for the new day. And then I will, I'll probably cut away so I can, or maybe I'll beat Noise's boss symbol. I mean, I gotta find them first. Boss Noise 102 and 103 and face them on hard. I mean, I'm gonna have to beat these guys. These guys are probably gonna be the bosses of this new day anyway. So very, very excited to see what all this leads to. I'm super excited because now everything I'm about to encounter is gonna be new to me, and I'm super excited for that. Like, this is all gonna be new to me, and I hope you guys have enjoyed this journey so far with me. I know a lot of this stuff has been somewhat filler, I guess you could say. Like, you could say all of Pork City was filler. Say for the Ultimate Enemy one, you could say reading these reports were filler. But I really, really hope that you stick around and listen to me read these reports, or at least know what these reports are, because they're bringing so much insight to what the game, like, bring so much insight to all the purposes for everyone involved with this setup of the new Shibuya and everything else that they needed for this game. And it's just beautifully done. Like, this is so beautifully done, and I really hope, like, after a new day, I really hope that there might be a sequel. I hope there is, because boy howdy, like, depending on how a new day ends, maybe, like, I'm very excited to see like what a sequel would be like. I guess I'll talk more about that, when I'm done with the new day and reading the secret day reports and the new day report there. I'm excited, you guys. I'm super excited. Like, this is all exciting to me. For lack of better words, it's like it's exciting. But it is, like, this is such a fantastic game, and I really recommend for anyone to pick this game up. I mean, it might be hard to learn about, the motion controls, but it's not as hard as people make it out to be. You just gotta learn the whole purpose of hitting Y and resetting it in the center, and if you get the right pins equipped, and like, I found a very, very broken setup. Like, this is a broken setup to me, like, just having these 3 pins. Hell, you don't even need the rhyme, you just need these 2, but unfortunately, like, these pins could be, getting the lightning rock pins could be a bit hard to get, so yeah, but, like, it's not as hard as people make it out to be. So I'm just gonna leave it at that. So yeah, one other thing. In the original version, I believe once you get all the reports, if you beat the final boss again, you'll actually get a new ending. Like, you'll get an extra ending scene. I'll check that out. Not right now, but like I'll wait. Maybe I'll get another extra ending scene when I finish all this stuff. So let's see what happens when I finish a new day. And then maybe at the end of whatever the last episode will be, it will I'll have like the ending scene there. So I'd have to basically do the whole entire day 7 again with me, but that's fine. Or maybe they'll tack it onto this. Who knows? I don't know. We'll see. But anyway, guys, thank you all so much for watching this video. If you liked the video, please give that like button a click. Comment down below, like about the video, if you liked about the video, and let me know what you think of Mr. Honeycoma's reports. Like they bring so much insight to this game, and it's very welcoming. And as always, guys, hit the subscribe button so you don't miss a beat, and subscribe to our main channel too. That's in the description below. As well as follow me on Twitter. Both my main Twitter, RPG Kingdom Kid Twitter, are in there too. I want to thank you all so much for watching once again, and I'll see you all next time.